Welcome to all my dear students to session 19. In this session, we shall talk about scenario manager. What does scenario mean? Scenario means a situation. So, the scenario manager is a great tool to help you keep track of different scenarios you want to have with your data. Say for example, you have your current income along with expense in a spreadsheet. You want to figure out some ways to save more money either by reducing expenses or increasing income or both. So one can create the total outcome under these 3 or 4 different scenarios. So where does this setting stay? Scenario manager can be easily accessed under data tab. So go to the data tab and click upon data tools. Or if you have what if analysis, you can click upon what if analysis and you can clear here scenario, click here scenario manager. Scenario manager is a built-in tool as we saw just now, and it allows users to deal with change up to 32 variables simultaneously. It can be accessed from the data tab on the ribbon just now as I showed it to you. And we can say that scenario manager is a great but often overlooked what if analysis feature of Excel that will let you swap multiple sets of data in a worksheet and even compare them side by side. This technique can help you decide whether multiple courses of action or what the implications are among several possibilities. Let us consider that with the help of this example. Given this example, let's say we are a concert promoters and we want to produce a show. We need to decide what venue to use because that will determine costs, revenues, profit or loss and what talent to contract for. In this exercise, we will use the scenario manager to compare our 4 sets of numbers. Either I am going to create 4 scenarios, means 4 situations. That means if my location is small, being first scenario, second scenario being medium, third large and fourth one very large. So consider as if I had 4 situations: small, medium, large and very large location and their associated costs and revenues, assuming that each show is a complete sellout. This sheet currently displays the data of the smallest of the venue which has the capacity of 800 seats. The number in the boxes are calculated and here you can see there are some formulas which are already embedded, that is, this is calculated by using a formula and I have arrived at total revenue by using a formula, and similarly I have added profit and loss. Now to create my first scenario, I need to just cover the data, so that is including the venue seats. So I will cover the data and I need to forego only the one which has a formula and then select which does not have a formula. So always you have to cover such that you don't take the one which has a formula, and then click upon the what if analysis under data tab. Select the scenario manager and here if you can see, so I will delete which is already there, the formulas are there, so I will take up my own formula. So the first one being add, so add, this is the current one, so that is small, then you can no need to have any comments. This is a coverage cell that which are going to undergoing changes and then say OK, and this is the current value. So if you scroll down you can see many values are there and then say OK. To this you need to add the next one. So next one we had decided to go for medium. You can remove the comments not required. Okay. Then here say medium, my seats are, number of the seats are 1000, and correspondingly I can change the values here. Okay, some value fixed cost will remain constant, only variable cost changes. So I am changing and then say okay, then add again, and then the other one was large. Clear the comment area, again say okay, and this seats are say 1500. Again I will change only some costs which I feel will change. I am going using arbitrary figures just to show you how scenario managers work, and then so okay, then add one more. So that is very large auditorium or section of crowd, very large concert area. Clear unwanted comments, say okay. Then this is around 3500 seats, so I will change the cost and only some costs, and then say okay. After that you can just click on summary, and you can see scenario summary, and this will always be shown in the next sheet, and say okay. So if you observe here, we have got the values of the, so we have got the values here, and these values if you observe are in the form of cell reference. So the only downside of scenario analysis is that one needs to put corresponding particulars by looking at the main data in the cell reference and prepare an analysis sheet as such. So I have correspondingly taken the data from my main data source and prepared the scenario summary as given in the sheet. And here you can see that I have the complete analysis under the 4 situation, wherein the venue seats, the respective particulars of the expenses and the income targets, income achieved is mentioned here. So one can observe that scenario analysis is very useful in arriving at various particular projected data from the current values immediately. And scenario manager in Excel allows one to change or substitute input values for multiple cells, that is up to 32 cells. Therefore, you can view the results of different input values or different scenarios at the same time. Thus, in this session, we observed that the scenario analysis, which is under what if analysis, is nothing but a project management process that evaluates different scenarios to predict their effect, both positive and negative, on the project objectives. The outcome of the what if scenario analysis is used to determine the feasibility of the schedule under unexpected and adverse situations. So this is actually a management tool which helps you to project and predict the future outcome from the current values. So dear students, I hope this was useful to you. I thank you for your time. Then I shall meet you soon in the next session. Thank you very much.